今日はオール MLB がラスベガスで発表される日です。日本人選手からは大谷選手をはじめ、今永昇太選手も先発投手部門、鈴木誠也選手も外野手部門でリストアップされており、今永選手は会場にも参加すると報じられていました。この後ライブ配信がありますが、その前に振り返りで誰が現在エントリーされているのか紹介する番組がありましたので翻訳してお届けいたします。このチャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーに関する情報やメジャーリーグの気になるニュースを翻訳してお届けいたします。お見逃しのないよう今のうちにチャンネル登録をお願いいたします。
Let's get on to something happening on MLB Network later on this evening that Ron and I are going to preview for you to kick off the show today. Vegas, baby! Yeah, what could go wrong? Harold, Lauren, and Amsinger rolled up on the streets of Vegas. By the way, don't forget about Sierra Santos, who is absolutely up to no good for the last few days in the city of brotherly sin, or whatever they call it. Yeah, this is the site for the second annual All-MLB Awards Show. It'll be tonight, 8 Eastern, right here on MLB Network from the Chelsea Theater at the Cosmopolitan. It's a prestigious honor that's going to be attended by not one, not two, but a ton of superstar major league players, and awards will be handed out. So I guess as a way of previewing the night, I want your crack at this. Okay. As a big league starting pitcher yourself, the nominees for all MLB honors and its first and second team. Let's roll through some of these full screens here that Harold has made sure that we had prepared properly.
Fake news.
It's not fake news, Harold. You should know. You're out there hosting the show. 3 pages here, Ronnie. These are the nominees for starting pitcher honors. 5 first team and 5 second team all MLB pitchers will be named. So get a glance here. Tell me who pops off this page for you.
Okay, pops off the page would be Corbin Burns, Dylan Cease, and Logan Gilbert.
Fair.
Those are the 3 guys that pop off the page. But I did get to see at the end of the year when the Mets were really rolling, they faced the White Sox in Chicago and Garrett Crochet. He struck out the first 7 hitters he faced. It was the best stuff I saw to start a game of any pitcher this season. So
interesting.
He was amazing. And then I feel bad. We were always going to overlook Blanco, but what a season he had for a guy first time in the rotation.
That's a really good point. Here's another group of pitchers that are nominees for all MLB honors. Shota Imanaga started out the year like gangbusters. He was great through the break. Great all year when you consider the complete body of work. Seth Lugo is a nominee, a finalist for Cy Young honors. Sean Manaea, recrafted arm slot, terrific down the stretch. Miller and Reagans were great all year. And one last page of starters.
We got that full screen built?
It's built, Harold. It's built. Chris Sale and Zach Wheeler and Paul Skenes. They're your finalists for National League Cy Young. Tarek Skubal, the heavy chalk to win it in the American League. I don't even think there's a close second for Cy Young. Of this group, between Sale and Wheeler, we've talked about it, who we think, is going to win and who we think we would vote for. Where are you on that for National League Cy Young?
Okay, first I'll say Sale and Skubal, amazing, both Triple Crown winners. To have 2 lefties,
right?
Triple Crown winners in each league, that's amazing. Now Sale and Wheeler, this is how I look at it. Zach Wheeler is starting to become the best pitcher we have that hasn't won a Cy Young award yet. That's kind of where he's at now, and I think he's going to finish second to Chris Sale this year, and Chris is a fantastic year. But when I think of Zach Wheeler, to me, and now I'm a big fan, he's the best 7-month pitcher we have in baseball.
That's a good way to put it.
Because he doesn't change a thing.
I wonder if sometime down the road the Academy gets together and decides to give Zach Wheeler the Cy Young Award in a less than Zach Wheeler year just because it's time, the way the Motion Picture Academy of Arts and Sciences gave Paul Newman the Academy Award for Color of Money.
That's right.
Because they'd snubbed him for so many years, and Color of Money was good, but it wasn't his best performance. Anyway, I digress. In that group, Skenes is the guy for me. He's going to win National League Rookie of the Year. I don't see an argument. And as good as the other 2 kids were on that board, what he did this year was complete magic. And he's going to be at the All-MLB Awards show tonight.
Oh, wow.
He's going to be. We'll hear from him. We'll see him in the flesh. This guy has a chance to be generationally good for a long time. And we have news a little bit later on a new pitching coach in Pittsburgh. Yeah. But did you watch him in person at all this year?
I couldn't take my eyes off him. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I mean, historically, one of the greatest first seasons any pitcher has ever had. I was lucky enough to just chart the games of Dwight Gooden in 1984 when he had his historic rookie year. And I think the most recent, maybe Strasburg, his first year, remember that first start against Pittsburgh when he struck out 14? That was probably the last pitcher that you said to yourself, this is an automatic star in this league for many years to come, and I think Paul's the same.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Let's look at the relief pitcher nominees, and it's a shorter group because there aren't as many relief pitcher nominees or awardees in the first and second team for All-MLB. And as we digest this list, you can make a case for all of these guys, of course. Emmanuel Clase allowed 5 runs all year long. Now, I know that he doubled that number in the postseason. He wasn't as effective, but you were teammates with Dennis Eckersley in 1990 when he allowed 5 earned runs all year. To be witness to a season like that.
5 earned runs all year. I mean, less than 10 walks all season long. The thing about Clase, I think he gave up 1 home run on the season. In a game where we are trying to protect our players more than ever before, he went to the mound on 4 straight days, 4 straight games, twice for the Guardians last year. That just doesn't happen in our game anymore. So it talks to not only his durability, his strength, but also his willingness to take the ball.
You know, the BBWAA awards are separate from this honor that we're going to learn about tonight, but they're both regular season honors. Yeah. So as hard as it is to remove the most recent sample size of Clase struggling against the Yankees from your brain, remember how dominant he was all regular season.
I was just thinking of Diaz in 2022 for the Mets. Edwin Diaz, that probably was a historical year. This was the historical year of 2024.
Good comp. There's another page of relief pitcher nominees to go through. And on this group, you know, Tanner Scott grabbed everybody's attention, and everybody expects big things from him moving forward for sure. He and Suarez, what a combination. These are not guys that you saw at the end of games exclusively. Maybe the exception here is Kirby Yates, but Matt Strahm was an all-star this year. He was great. We know how important to the Dodger bullpen Alex Vesia was. David Robertson just keeps doing it. This is an interesting list as well. But let's move on to outfielders because there might be more of a discussion here. And there are a few pages here. Jackson Churio's 20 years old. Ian Happ had a great year. Riley Green's going to be a star for a long time. We had to put Mookie Betts somewhere, Ron, so we put him as an outfield nominee.
You could put him anywhere. I mean, he could probably pitch if he had to, but you know, the 2 names, of course, that jump out are Betts and Judge. I can't see how they won't be first team. And then the guy that had probably one of the most historic years all around, other than Bobby Witt Jr., is Jarren Duran. And the numbers he put up as a center fielder for the Red Sox, just remarkable.
So many players.
They're all depressing.
No, they're not. Are you kidding? These are some of the most exciting players in the league. Harold Anthony Santander's on the free agent market. And for teams that don't want to pay up on Juan Soto, Santander sitting there ready to hit 40 home runs and swing the bat from both sides of the plate.
I like that because Santander is one of those guys that maybe a team signs early before Soto signs his record contract at some point. Santander might be, for that team that doesn't want to go to the, I mean, we've heard 500, 600, whatever the millions are, maybe Santander signs with someone earlier because what a season he had. And he provides that pop in right field that maybe is not Juan Soto level, but just a level below.
You know, we could do this with every position. And again, the show is tonight at 8 Eastern. The only other position we want to hit, because there are so many talking points here, is first base. I mean, my goodness, we saw how the Kansas City Royals lineup deflated without Vinny Pasquantino. Vlad came on like gangbusters from June 1st on. Very sneaky, great season by Jake Berger. Pete Alonso, Bryce Harper, Christian Walker, who's on the free agent market.
There's a lot of good-looking dudes in baseball.
They're all good-looking dudes, Harold. Give me 1 or 2 guys here, Ron.
Well, I think, to me, a couple of things stand out. I'm amazed, really. I guess I shouldn't be amazed because he does everything so well. How Bryce Harper took to first base and took to it so easily and plays that position at a very high level while also producing Bryce Harper-type numbers. And I'm with you with Guerrero Jr. I think he has got to the place where he needs to be. I think there was a lot of growing up on the field and off the field. All players need that. He was at the big leagues at a very high level at a very young age. And I think he's at the place now where the next 5-year run in Guerrero Jr. might be fun to watch.
So all first and second team All-MLB will be named tonight, 8 Eastern, from the Cosmopolitan Theater, Chelsea Theater at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. It's right here to show the All-MLB Award Show tonight, 8 Eastern.
改めてそうそうたるメンバーが勢ぞろいしていますね。今日は特に選手たちも会場に詰めかけ、まさにお祭りという感じになってます。各選手たちがどんな格好やスピーチをするのか期待しちゃいますね。後ほど速報でお届けしますので楽しみにお待ちください。それでは次回の動画でお会いしましょう。さようなら。